Warning: you are about to be instructed on the installation of fire-resistant products. Please also refer to the installation manual supplied by Alufire and be sure to follow all instructions. This is important in order to ensure the fire-resistant properties of the products. Alufire Classic Line Framed Partitions. Before installing the Alufire Classic System joinery, check the dimensions of the structural opening. The opening in the wall should be 20 to 30 mm wider and 10 to 30 mm higher than the external dimensions of the joinery. The walls of the reveal should be prepared vertically and horizontally, while the diagonals of the opening should not differ by more than 1 cm. The inner surfaces of the opening should be smooth and without cavities. Due to their dimensions, structures are transported in elements. Before starting the assembly of the structure, it is necessary to disassemble the glazing beads and mark the place of their reassembly. The horizontal bolt should be inserted into the aluminium connectors and screwed with the supplied M8 screws in the number of 4 pieces for each connection. One can proceed with the installation of glazing beads on the side of factory-installed steel angles. Before starting the assembly, pilot holes should be drilled through the holes in all omega sheets located on the outer parts of the frame. After inserting into the assembly hole, the structure should be leveled and plumbed and then immobilized with assembly wedges. Depending on the wall type to which the structure is mounted, steel screws with a diameter of 10 mm or steel screws with a diameter of at least 7.5 mm should be used. The length of the fastening connectors should be selected in accordance with the Alufire certificates. Moving, placing vertically, and inserting fillings into structures should be performed with special care. Wooden spacers should be glued on the horizontal and vertical profiles of each subsection, which will prevent damage to the glass. In the case of panel fillings, the fixing angles do not have felt. It is important to leave a gap between the steel angles and the filling. This will enable the proper operation of the filling during a fire. Lack of a gap means that the steel angle is wrong. Repeat the steps for each subsection. In the case of glass fillings, the labels on the glass panes dictate the way that the glass panes must be installed in the structure. The steel angles are selected with the colors of the felt identical with the factory-installed steel angles. After installing all the steel angles, the installing of glazing beads and sealing can be started. Seals must be cut with an allowance of more than 20 mm in order to avoid changes in the length of the seals due to temperature changes. Attention must be paid to the assembly of the seal with the blades aligning the filling of a subsection. The type of the glazing bead and its mounting depends on the filling used. Mounting gaps of structures from EI15 to EI60 should be filled with fire-resistant expanding foam compliant with Alufire certificates or mineral wool with a density of at least 70 kg per cubic meter. In the case of walls with fire resistance EI120, mounting gaps must be filled with non-flammable mineral wool with a minimum density of 70 kg per cubic meter. After the foam is cured, remove the mounting wedges and fill the gaps with expanding foam. In the case of staining with fresh expanding foam, remove the excess foam and clean the residues with a dedicated Sudol Swipex agent or its equivalent. In the case of processing the structure with aluminium flat bars, cut the excess foam. Install flat bars with double-sided tape or assembly adhesives. Thank you for watching. Alufire, fire-resistant aluminium joinery systems.